We once pushed this machine to about 90 kilometers per hour in an emergency. The Czech DANA self-propelled gun looks like it came straight off an F1 track, not a military motor. But is speed really her only strong side, and everything else needs fixing? Here's what an artilleryman at the front says. It depends on the conditions, really. First off, it's new gear. Still pretty raw. Today, Ukrainian soldiers are going to tell the whole truth about the DANA M2 and its successor, the DITA. So how has Czech artillery held up in modern war? Find out by the end of the video. And believe it or not, the steering wheel in the DANA isn't on the left or the right. It's dead center, just like the auto union racers from the 1930s. Yeah, the wheels shifted toward the center, but it does have steering adjustment. The seat adjustments are minimal but comfy. It's semi-automatic. We've got high and low gears, and there's a turtle mode. And yes, we did compare this to a race car for a reason. DANA has a special off-road mode that works just like a rally vehicle. When the terrain's really bad, you switch on all the locks and hit turtle mode. And just like a turtle, it crawls forward slowly, all 8 wheels pulling it through. Early in the full-scale war, that speed and mobility helped a DANA crew escape Russian shelling from 152mm artillery. You just have to make sure you don't end up in the wrong place. Happened to me once. I stopped just 3 kilometers from the contact line. No FPV drones back then. You're rolling in a 12-ton vehicle. Then boom, the bridge is blown up, and you gotta turn back. Thank God. That was back in 2022. Now the front's crawling with FPV drones, Lancets, Molnias. No way you get that lucky anymore. Before we go on, smash that like button. It helps the algorithm recommend our channel to more people. Czech engineers built DANA on a Tatra chassis, which Ukrainian crews love, especially in spring and fall when rain turns roads into mud pits. 4 wheels turn, and the other 4 just roll straight. The turning radius is great. You can drive out of almost any spot. But the chassis isn't even the main event. DANA's ace is her powerful 152mm cannon. Some days are quiet, but then you get a day or two of hard fighting. We provide fire support, cover our guys when infantry's moving, or infantry with armor, when recon teams try to break through. Here's what it looks like when a DANA crew responds to a combat alert. As soon as we get the command target, in 3 seconds, we're in the vehicle and getting ready to roll. They've been ordered to hit a crossroads packed with Russian infantry. Just watch how fast they move. It's been under 5 minutes since we got the coordinates. We're already at the firing position. The commander is punching in the coordinates now, and we're about to send rounds downrange. The inside of the fighting compartment isn't as spacious as the German PZH 2000, but it's still functional and comfortable. Driver's seat is here. Gun commander sits here. I'll need to take off my flak vest. Can't squeeze in with it on. Every button does something specific. I have my own controls, and the driver has his. The crew feels safe inside, thanks to armored capsules shielding them from shrapnel and drones. There are 3 capsules, one for the driver and gun commander, another for the loader and gunner, and one more for the ammunition guy. But what really blew away the Ukrainian gunners is the accuracy this thing delivers. When you hit targets like this, respect comes easy. First round lands within 20 meters of the target. Even if GPS and internet go down, the crew can operate without them. And if needed, it won't just be one shot. That's guaranteed. But the surprises don't stop there. Just think about this. The commander can actually fire the gun with his foot. Yep, you heard that right. Here's how it works under real combat conditions. He communicates with the loader and gunner. He talks to me too. We can all hear each other. It's all about full coordination. Targeting is fast. You can fire automatically. Just set 3 rounds, and it'll launch them on its own. The gunner can also fire manually, and the commander, he can trigger a shot with his foot. The Czech engineers didn't just build a beast. They gave it brains. DANA is packed with modern electronics. As long as the crew knows the basics and enters the coordinates correctly, the computer takes care of the rest.
Если мы стрельнули там 200 метров
All adjustments are in meters. So let's say the first round lands 200 meters off target. You just type in left 200 meters and it'll adjust and fire there automatically. For a moment, we started thinking this thing doesn't even need people. If it could, it would probably fight the war by itself.
все компьютер. GPS.
If the systems are working, GPS, nav systems, then no manual input is needed. The gun commander just presses buttons and it does everything on its own. Of course, if something breaks, then yeah, you go manual. Make sure to subscribe so we don't lose touch. We bring you the most raw, real stories from the front lines of modern war. But despite all the tech, physical strength is still part of the job. You need strong arms not only to fire in the sector, but also to maintain the machine in the rear.
Формуйте заряди.
You prep the charges. You open this hatch. And if you need a first or second charge, you pull out one bundle or two, depending on what the system calls for. DANA holds 40 shells, all stored inside the vehicle. Moving that much metal isn't fun, but hey, that's the soldier's life. Shell casings are stored on one side, projectiles are on the other. This thing likes to move. It cools itself better while on the move. On the Russia-Ukraine front, there's never a shortage of targets for DANA. Ukrainian crews had to go through intensive training, and the real practice came in heavy combat. The Czechs train on this machine for 2 years. We had 2 months of training, and we're showing the same results. Been riding her for a year and 7 months now. More or less got the hang of it. Of course, under heavy loads, things sometimes break, but we fix it and keep going. Crews trained in Czech Republic are now instructors themselves, passing down technical skills and combat experience to the next generation. This guy was a reservist. Now, he's helping his team carry out complex missions. I was in the reserve. Life took a turn, and I ended up here, gave it a shot. The guys showed me what the loader does, what his tasks are. I tried it, and it clicked. No questions asked. Sure, we've praised the tech in this machine, but let's not forget, without a professional crew, it's just metal and mechanics. And this soldier says it best. We're the nervous system and the brain of this machine. Without us, it's just steel. But with us, it has a soul. We're so well coordinated, even though we sit in separate sections, we know exactly what the others are doing in each moment. Because veteran gunners are now training fresh crews, Ukraine can rotate DANA crews, which is critical to restore both physical and mental health. First major plus, it deploys fast. You can get out and back to the staging area in no time. There's plenty of work for this vehicle, and plenty of targets. We're constantly moving. If we're exhausted, another crew rotates in. That's how we roll. DANA isn't the only Czech SPG in Ukrainian service. Her successor, the 155mm DITA, became the first NATO-standard heavy artillery issued to the Azov Brigade, and the gun commander has high hopes for this predator. This cannon has a maximum range of 39 kilometers. It's 155mm. This is the SPG we'll use to hit deep behind enemy lines, farther than any gun we've had before. Compared to Soviet-era gear, DITA feels like a different planet. Nearly every process is automated, allowing crews to carry out orders faster and safer. When you roll up to a firing position, you don't have to jump out and wave your hands to guide the driver, or point out where the barrel should face. Like with towed artillery, you don't do any of that. I just input all the data before the mission. I can preset the fire position and the target, add in the weather conditions in advance. Then the ballistic computer handles everything. It calculates distance to the target based on shell and charge type, adjusts the aiming angles, the sights, and even moves the barrel automatically. You don't even touch the barrel. Just press a button and it aligns itself. Loading is also automatic. The shell and charge are fed in by the system. All you do is insert the pyro cartridges into the loader rack. The DANA can also fire in MRSI mode. That's multiple rounds simultaneous impact. Think of it as the modern evolution of the old time on target concept. MRSI means a single gun can fire multiple shells that all land on the same target at the same time. This gun can do MRSI shots. You calculate the task, input the shell type, and the type of propellant. The gun then automatically calculates all the necessary angles. It might fire one shell in a high arc, then another with a different propellant and a lower trajectory, and then a third under a completely different angle. That changes flight times. Maybe the first round flies for 120 seconds, the next for 30 seconds, and the third for 60 seconds. The system times the shots so they all land in the same second, in the same spot. If the comms go to hell and GPS is jammed, Czech engineers have thought of that too. Thanks to smart tech, fire positions and routes can be pre-planned ahead of time. You can preload up to 3 firing positions into memory. Even if you're 40 or 50 kilometers away from the contact line, where GPS still works, you can program everything. Then, even if the enemy jams GPS during the mission, the system will follow the preloaded route. You can check your location against the map and keep working. Even if GPS goes down, well, you're still in the fight. DANA and DITA have earned their stripes at the front. They're modern, versatile, and tough enough to go head-to-head with Russian counterparts. Their electronics, armor, and mobility save lives. And their firepower helps stop enemy assaults day and night. So now, we want to hear from you. What's the most important advantage of these systems? The chassis, the armor, or the big gun? Drop your thoughts in the comments.